You thinking that there's only one way for you to reach your biggest goals is the reason why you're stagnant and you're not actually going to reach them. I'm going to tell you exactly why you do this and how you're going to be able to break out of it. You do this because thinking that one size fits all feels more secure and feels like control. Because the one answer, the one method that you usually choose is more like you don't have to really face yourself. It feels like you can blame the strategy if something goes wrong. Like if you picked a method that triggered dopamine, it triggered an emotional high for you, and because somebody marketed it in a way that felt like it was guaranteed, and you bought it because it said that you can lose 50 pounds very quickly, or you can make money very quickly if you just follow this formula. You try it, it doesn't work. You don't have to blame yourself. You get to blame the strategy. Because blaming yourself means that you have to actually take accountability for the fact that you didn't go all in. You have to take accountability for the fact that you had fears that were sabotaging you getting the best possible result. Everybody can do a strategy, and it's not going to work for everybody because it's the identity and the beliefs of that person that comes into the method that creates the actual result. That's why no matter what you buy in life, there will always be negative reviews that it didn't work for somebody. You need to learn how to actually choose things that feels good for you when you regulate your nervous system and your beliefs to actually back up the method. Because you force yourself into a strategy so that you can blame the strategy, but when you can actually do the inner healing work that you're avoiding, which is like the fear of being seen, the fear of making mistakes, the fear of wasting time, the fear that you're not going to get it because if you don't get it, then it means something about your worth rather than looking at it neutral. When you can rewire these thoughts and just come from a neutral standpoint, like, I just want to lose weight. Not, I want to lose weight because I gained all this weight in the past and there's a lot of trauma. And if I don't lose weight, I don't feel good enough and da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just normal. I just want to lose weight. And that comes from when you have trauma attached to the goals, which is why we all want to have work on goals. They all stem from some form of trauma. So it puts it on these pedestals, which creates a lot of pressure. And it's easier to blame the strategy than put the pressure on you and say that it was actually your fault why you're not going to get the goal. So when you can rewire that and choose a method that actually feels good for you, it doesn't make it feel like you're trying. It doesn't feel like it's a chore. It doesn't feel hard. It just feels natural. Like, this is how I'm going to live my life for the rest of, this is the method that I'm going to use for the rest of my life. When you can come from that standpoint, then and only then are you going to be able to actually reach your goals and get there, and it can actually become your reality. But it all starts with the identity behind the method first, not the actual method. So when you can stop thinking that there's only one way and you choose your way, that's when you're going to actually be able to stop being stagnant and build consistency towards your biggest goals.